We'll guide you through how to blur 3D object in After Effects. If you find this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. People search for this tutorial to learn how to blur 3D objects in Adobe After Effects for cinematic depth and focus effects. It helps them create more realistic scenes by controlling which elements appear sharp or out of focus. This technique is commonly used in motion graphics, animations, product showcases, and visual effects to achieve a cleaner and more professional look. First, open Adobe After Effects on your computer and wait for the program to load completely. After the workspace appears, create a new composition to begin your project. Set the composition settings you need, then confirm to open the timeline. Next, import or create your 3D object and add it to the timeline so it becomes the main element in your composition. After that, create a new adjustment layer from the layer menu and place it above the 3D object layer in the timeline. Apply either the camera lens blur or Gaussian blur effect to the adjustment layer and increase the blur amount until the object begins to soften visually. If you only want the blur applied to a specific area, create a mask on the adjustment layer using the pen tool or shape tool. Position the mask carefully around the 3D object so the blur affects only the intended region. Then press F on the keyboard to open the mask feather property and increase the feather value to create softer and more natural blur edges. If necessary, enable the 3D layer switch on the object and related layers to allow full 3D interaction within the scene. Add a camera layer to create realistic depth of field effects and improve the cinematic appearance of the blur. You can also animate the blur amount by enabling keyframes so the focus changes dynamically during playback. If desired, enable motion blur to make movement appear smoother and more realistic. Continue adjusting the camera settings, blur intensity, and animation timing until the effect looks balanced and visually appealing. Once everything is complete, preview the result by playing the timeline from the beginning and check that the blur interacts naturally with the 3D object and scene depth. Make final refinements if needed to improve realism and composition. Finally, add the composition to the render queue and click Render to export the final video.